What's up, horse racing fans? Here we are with another episode of Bourbon and Horse Racing. Today's episode is going to go into the Louisiana Derby at Fairgrounds on March 20th, this Saturday, for Kentucky Derby points for the Run for the Roses, the first Saturday in May. I have three pretty good horses coming in here, with Mandaloun being my top pick, but stay tuned for my long shot pick as we get to that later in the episode. However, we're going to start with race 10 and go through the late pick 5 and pick 4s and give you my top picks and my long shot play for Saturday at Fairgrounds. So make sure you check out the description to get the full race card and my bets and selections for Saturday. So kicking off, we have race 10, a mile and 16th on the turf. The Benson Memorial, a $150,000 race for fillies and mares. And my top pick in here is going to be Dalica, who's 3-1 on the morning line for Albert Stahl and Miguel Mania. Will get the mount. The horse is 6 out of 18 lifetime, posted on the best 91 speed figure, posted an 86 speed figure the last time out. In a $100,000 race, beating out some other competition in here, and I think that's why I'm using it as my top pick. One last time out, beat some of present company, and I think this race should suit her well. My second pick is going to be Temple City Terror for Brandon Walsh and Joel Rosario. Again, ran second last time out, was beaten by Dalica. Posted an 85 speed figure, so one that could easily run with Dalica as well. So I'm just using it just because it has that experience running with present company. Then I have two on the outside that I'm considering using. As you can see, Catch a Bid here for Joe Sharp and Luis Saez is one that I'm considering if there's any scratches. But my third pick is going to be Summer in Saratoga with Arad Ortiz and Joe Sharp. Has some good speed figures. It posted an 82 speed figure last time out with a win in a $62,000 optional claiming race. Right now the horse is 10-1, so it could set up as my long shot pick. But anytime Arad Ortiz gets on a horse, it's not going to be a considerable long shot. But my long shot play in here is going to be Winning Envelope, who is 8-1 on the morning line, but I don't think she'll be that come post time for Jose Ortiz and Chris Block. However, the horse was best in 2020, so it's got a long way to improve coming into this one. Moving on, we got race 11, going a mile and an eighth. The New Orleans Classic, a grade 2 for $400,000. This is for 4-year-olds and up. You'll see some past Kentucky Derby runners in here, like Roadster and my top pick, Owendell. Florent Giroux and Brad Cox are teaming up on this one. Just look at this horse's past 6-7 races. They're all been graded stakes races. However, he's finished second and third in a lot of these. Last win coming back May in 2020. In the Blame for $100,000, but look at the horses that it's also been beat by: Mystic Guide, Bodie Express, Knicks Go, By My Standards, Tom's Day Tot, and then there's that last win in running in those big present companies. The horse is 21-6 in lifetime, currently sitting at 9-5, which will probably be post-time favorite as well coming in. So I just think that Owendell has the class coming in, definitely in great form, and one to definitely use. I'm kind of going to take a stretch here and take Enforceable as my second pick for Adam Esqueza and Mark Cassie. The horse finished 5th last time out, was beaten by Maxfield Sonneman, Chess Chief, who was also in here. But just seems that if it can get back to that 102 speed figure that it ran last time, 2 times back in that optional claiming race, definitely could set up well in here. But I know it's a long chance that will happen. And then my third pick is going to be Captivating Moon, who is 10-1 on the morning line and is also cross-entered in another race in the card, so could be a scratch here, but I kind of like the win that this horse had last time out, and that's why I'm using it. And my long shot pick is going to be Ollie My Boy for Norm Cassie and Arad Ortiz. 2 wins in the last 2 starts, 1 in allowance and 1 in optional claiming race, 2-2 so far in 2021, with a good speed figure that it posted out last time in a 91. So could easily play spoiler with Arad Ortiz and has the speed to run with some of these top class horses. However, the horse doesn't have any graded stakes runs. Moving on to race 12. Going a mile and 1/8 on the turf. The Benson Memorial Classic, a grade 2, $300,000 race for 4-year-olds and up. And again, here's where you see Captivating Moon, who's cross-entered, and some other races. So if he scratches out in that last race, you definitely put him on your tickets here in race 12. But I'm going with my top pick is Colonel Liam for Todd Pletcher and Arad Ortiz. Won last 2 times out. Won the Pacific West Classic Turf Invitational Grade 1 at Gulfstream Park, and won the Turf Derby down at Gulfstream Park as well, so has that turf experience. Is 1 for 1 so far in 2021. Big speed figures in 99s last time out, and is 6-4 lifetime, so just has overall great numbers, and it seems to be in well form coming in here. My second pick is going to be Spooky Channel for Brian Lynch and Florent Giroux. Has that extra win in 2021, and that was last time out as well in the grade 3 Conley, beating out Conviction Trade, who is just to his outside. And I think this horse for Calumet Farms, who's the breeder, and owner Terry Hamilton, could set up here and easily run with my top pick. So it's just all going to be on pace scenarios. This horse seems to maybe come from behind a little bit, and that seems to be suitable for turf runners. Far outside, I'm going with Olympic Runner for Mark Gassi and John Velasquez. This horse is 8-1 on the morning line, 2-1-1 in 2021, posted a 95 speed figure last time out, finished second in this race on turf, a grade 3 race. So that was coming back after some optional claimers, coming back to the graded 3 and ran second. So not too bad, stepping up here in class with some of these others, with Spooky Channel and Colonel Liam. So definitely one that I'm hoping to get at a decent price. And back towards the top, my long shot play is going to be Logical Myth, who's 6-1 on the morning line, but it could be there. It might be a little bit higher. Joe Sharp and Adam Esquiza. Again, 2-1-1 lifetime 95 speed figure. Second last time out in a grade 3 stakes race. Has familiarity with fairgrounds turf, so that's kind of why I'm using this horse in here as well. Moving ahead, we have race 13, and then followed up with the Louisiana Derby. Apologize, my computer seems to be super slow today and not wanting to get through these past performances. But here we go, race 13, a mile and 16th, the TwinSpires.com Fairgrounds Oaks. So here we go for fillies trying to make it to the Kentucky Oaks on Friday in May. Here, a lot of great horses. My top pick is going to be Clary for Steve Asmussen. Joe Talamo's going to get the mount here. The horse is 2-1 on the morning line. Out of Curlin and Smart Strike, 1-1 so far in 2021. 3-2-1 lifetime. Has some decent speed figures, an 83. Nothing to be, Swiss Skydiver wowed, but anyways, won the Rachel Alexander grade 2 last time out, beat Travel Column and Moonswag, who's some other horses in here. But just note this over here on the side where you see Clary did beat out Travel Column, and Travel Column did beat out Clary these past 2 times. So that's a note. However, Travel Column is going to be my third pick in here just because it's ran with some of the other class for Brad Cox and Florent Giroux. And my second pick is going to be Little Tootsie, who's 4-1 on the morning line for Tom Amos, and Luis Saez gets the mount. The horse is 2-2 lifetime, and that's why I'm using her. 2 for 2, seems to be coming into great form. Stepping up in class, though, will be the big problem, or not necessarily a problem, but will be the challenge. And my long shot play is super sensational, 15-1 on the morning line for John Velasquez and Mark Cassie. Kind of went back 3 races before, was beat in the Rachel Alexander by Clary, Travel Column, and Moonswag. However, the horse was 4-1 on the morning line, so there's obviously something had to happen there. Kind of clipped heels in the field there, so I think if it has a clear shot, definitely want to consider, as it should definitely improve off of that last start. And here we go, capping it off with race 14, going 1 mile and 3/16, the TwinSpires.com Louisiana Derby for Kentucky Derby points. My top pick, like I said at the beginning, was going to be Mandaloun for Florent Giroux and Brad Cox. Posted some pretty good works here, going 5 furlongs in about a minute, breezing. The horse is 2-1 so far in 2021, 4-3 lifetime. And as you can see, the past 2 races, these 3 horses, Mandaloun, Proxy, and Midnight Bourbon, have all 3 ran against each other. And one or the other has either bested or beaten the other one time out of the next. So that leads me to my second pick, which is going to be Midnight Bourbon for Steve Asmussen and Joe Talamo. I just think the horse kind of maybe doesn't like the distance. But I feel like Steve Asmussen's putting him back in here to try him one more time at this distance, or a little bit longer, to see if he's really meant to be as a longer horse, or if he prefers that mile or under a mile and a 16th. So I'm maybe hoping that Talamo puts him in a little bit better position. Maybe he likes to be on the pace, and that's where he should set up. Mandaloun's probably going to be a little bit off of the pace, just a hair. Could possibly press the pace just a little bit. Third pick, this one everybody's kind of talking about, Proxy, being out of Tappet for Godolphin. Johnny V with Michael Stidham. Finished second last time out to Mandaloun, finished second to Midnight Bourbon. Another one that's posted 5 furlongs in a minute, going breezing again. Just all these horses, their workouts are identical to each other. And then another one that could either be pressing the pace, sitting just off the pace, just depending on how fast it goes. And who's going to go to the front, which could possibly be right and just to the inside. That's going to break out early. And then all these horses could set up outside. My long shot pick in here is going to be Run Classic with Brian Hernandez for Brett Calhoun. And since my past performances don't have my odds, I'm looking them up on my Equibase app, and he's 12-1 on the morning line. So a good price here on Run Classic number. That's going to be number 3 on Saturday. Just look at this. It won its maiden special weight last time out, a $16,000 race at Fairgrounds. So familiar with the ground. Has only raced 2 times, so lightly raced horse, and kind of won that race fairly easily. Kind of drove away from his other competition in here, and seems to be one that could possibly run with these other 3 horses. And if they're out there battling it out amongst each other, watch out for Run Classic, who could kind of sweep in and take the win from these and get his Kentucky Derby points. But I think a long way to go for Run Classic. And myself, Mandaloun is the one to beat in here out of End of Mischief for Jumont Farms, and he's on my Kentucky Derby top 10 list in my past videos, so make sure you check those out. And I think a lot of these horses have a long way to do to catch Mandaloun. Thanks for tuning in to this episode. Make sure you check out the description to get the full betting card. Make sure you hit the like button, and make sure to subscribe to get all of these stakes actions and Kentucky Derby prep videos, along with my top 10, top 5s, Kentucky Derby horses, and who to watch out for come May. Thanks for listening.